Dr. Elia Cook, and this is Small Business Tidbits, where we try to bring up issues that we believe entrepreneurs should think about and act upon in order to enhance their chances of business success. Today's topic will be business preparation, and specifically mindset preparation. There will be two topics that we'll be discussing, but the first part will be mindset preparation. The second part, technical preparation, will come up in our next video. Preparation is key to success in any endeavor in this life, and particularly in business, the statistics of success has been not too encouraging. For all businesses that open shop in a particular year, 20% of them fail within that year. Another 30% fail within the following 4 years, and yet another 17% fail in the subsequent 5 years. That means at the end of the 10th year, only about 33% of the businesses that opened 10 years before then will still be in operation. Now, the costs of failures are very high. There are costs to the entrepreneurs, there are costs to their employees, there are costs to the government, there are costs to the customers and suppliers, their bankers, and aside the financial costs, there are also the emotional and social costs associated with such failures. Now, in addition to the cost of these failures, improving the rate of success will have a lot of benefits for the entrepreneurs, the local business communities, and as well as the global economy. So whatever we can do to enhance these rates, each one of us should try and do. But before then, we need to understand what are generally the causes of failures. Literally, there are hundreds of causes that can lead to business failures, but I like to categorize them into two broad groups: psychological factors that have to do with the emotional makeup and the social skills of the entrepreneurs, and the technical factors that have to do with the entrepreneurs' intellectual preparedness in running the mechanical issues of their businesses. Now, mindset preparation that we're discussing today is obviously linked to the psychological factors, and the object is that we should do whatever we can to mitigate the psychological factors that could lead to business failures. Mindset preparation is therefore really essentially about keeping your dream of flying in the clouds, but at the same time keeping your feet firmly rooted to the ground. It is about you remaining as ambitious as you want to be, but also as practical as is absolutely necessary for you to be able to achieve your objectives. It is really so much also about understanding your emotional makeup. What are your anger levels? How anxious are you? What are your curiosity levels? How do you respond to setbacks, failures, and disappointments? And as we shall see later, these are all things that one can always work on to improve. Mindset preparation involves three basic components. First, the scenario construction, which involves you creating as many possible situations in your mind as is likely to be met in a typical business situation. It could be a loss of a trusted and highly competent staff in a road accident. It could be that a trusted employee's hands are caught in the till. It could be that tomorrow is payday, but you don't have the cash cover to be able to make the payments. It could be that the bank that provides 60% of your working capital requirement has written requesting that you should pay back, that you don't have the funds to continue to support your operations. For each scenario that you construct, the whole idea is that you now respond under the second component of the whole process, which I call strengths and weakness analysis. How do you respond to each of those scenarios? And the more scenarios you can create and also respond it in your mind, the better you'll be able to cover the whole spectrum of your emotional responses to those kind of situations. So for each situation, you need to respond and see, have you done well in it, or what your response was suboptimal or below par. So you'll be able to identify in which areas you are strong and in which you are weak. Then you now go to the third component, which is about emotional and social capacity development. So you'll be able to isolate which areas you are strong in, and even for them, you can still engage complementary support to boost that further. And at the same time, also, you establish what your areas of weaknesses are, and then for those, you need to engage compensatory support that will be able to cover up that. The whole idea is that at the end of the day, you will realize which areas you are strong and still be able to boost them, and also which areas are weak, you are weak in, and then you'll be able to cover and compensate for them. And then thirdly, you will continuously be working to improve your emotional intelligence, which is very, very, very critical for the success of your business. A lot of business people are of the opinion that success has more to do with their psychological makeup than with the mechanical issues with the business. Because regardless of what your mechanical preparations are, if you don't have the emotional component, you will still make a mess of it. Now, how do you go about this exercise? I think about 2-3 things are also important. Number one, read biographies of successful business people. You'll be able to come up with the kind of issues that they faced and how they handle them, sometimes successfully and sometimes not so successfully. You pick up from that. You also discuss with those you know who have been there, done that. They'll be able to share their experiences and knowledge with you. And then, of course, number 3, you read about how you can improve specific areas of your emotional intelligence so that you can build continuously further on that. That is all for today. At the end of the video, there will be a link for our blog post where you can read the text of this video. Similarly, there's an email address to which you can send us any comments and questions that you probably want us to discuss in our next episodes. And the next video will be on technical preparations, which will be discussing about the intellectual preparation of the entrepreneur on how to handle mechanical issues of running his business. Thank you. See you.